I thought I'd be out of the drive-through by now. Give me a sec here. This is some of the best burgers ever. Ritz Burgers. Ritz Drive-In Burgers. Shelton, Washington. Can we get some love for Shelton? Share your comments, guys. I haven't been on here in a few weeks. I want to see if there's any life here, for God's sakes. I've been on Clubhouse. Having a good time on Clubhouse. I just started my club for my podcast. If you want to join it, I don't know if I have to invite you or if you just join it. I can't remember. I think you can just join it. It's Hughes from the Heart. Look for Hughes from the Heart on Clubhouse, okay? Just give me a few seconds here, guys. What is up? Hello. Hap still hasn't figured this out yet to tell me who the Facebook user is, so I don't know who that is. I apologize. I'm watching through the HAPS interface, and in a minute I won't be able to watch it all because I'll be driving. But hello. Maybe say your name and where you're watching from. Where are you? And I don't drive with a mask on, so relax. I am wearing it out of courtesy for the people at the drive-thru here, okay? So tell me your name and your city. Tell me if you're new. If you're new, N-E-W, not K-N-E-W. N-E-W, are you new? These guys are great. Oh, my God. I got a fish sandwich. I'm trying to be good. I'm having a little bit less red meat. So I got fish, and I got some fried mushrooms. These shrooms are so good. Fried shrooms. Oh, my God. This is going to be good. Mark, Dubuque, Iowa. Hello. Yuba City. What's going on, guys? Guys, join me on Clubhouse if you're lucky enough to get an invite in there. You guys on Clubhouse? I'm going to start doing some more audio stuff there. And if you guys haven't joined the podcast, what are you waiting for? We're not getting any younger. We're not getting any younger. Go to HughesFromTheHeart.com. There you go. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thanks for all your help. Thank you. See you. You too. Oh, my God. Thank you. I think she thought I was saying, oh, my God, like the line was long or something. I should have said, oh, my God, with the window down. I was saying, oh, my God, to you guys. It smells like a freaking Ritz Drive-In Burgers. Okay, I can't read anymore now because I'm going to be driving, but I want to check in with you guys. I'm writing the good vibrations, guys. Today was my day off, and I didn't actually have to go into the car lot today, which is awesome. And I don't mind doing it, but I sometimes have to go into work on my days off to deliver a car that I sold, or a customer can only make it in on my day off. That happens a lot. But you know what? If I'm going to sell a car, I'm going to go into work. I'm never going to tell a customer, oh, I can't sell you that car because it's my day off. So I do what I have to do, you know? You got to do what you got to do. You got to do what you got to do. You got to do what you got to do. I can't believe Geo Metros are still on the road. God, those things came out when I was like 5, I think, or 10. Geo Metros. Good Lord. I mean, everybody laughs about Geo Metros, but they're still on the road? For God's sakes. I mean, they must be made right if they're on the road still. Geo Metro. My God, that was like 47 presidents ago or something. I'm just kidding. Let's see if anybody caught that. See if anybody caught that. So what's going on? Say who you are and where you're watching. I haven't been on here because I've been on Clubhouse. And not just Clubhouse, I've just been very busy. I've been working on my podcast, Hughes from the Heart. And I did something that I thought was going to be a good idea. I made it available for free. Now the problem is when you give people free M&Ms, what happens? If I give people free M&Ms every day, what happens? They stop buying M&Ms. And that's exactly what's happened. People have left the podcast, the paid podcast, which is, you know, helping to support the podcast, because they now get what they used to pay for free. So that's no bueno, no bueno. So I suggest you try the podcast for free and then have a heart, for God's sakes, and do what your mama taught you. Pay for things once in a while. and subscribe to the podcast after a while. If you like the free stuff. If you don't, then stop listening to it. But you can stay on the free stuff if you want. I'm not gonna take it away from you or anything. But the really, really, really good stuff's on the paid side, which is at patreon.com/Spencer Hughes. And I don't think we've added anyone in the month of March. Very, very sad. I don't think we've added a single person in the month of March. So I hope you will join. We talk about all sorts of cool stuff. Mindfulness, minimalism, meditation, Zen, the power of the subconscious mind, mindset, kindness, positive news stories, health, wellness, mental health, physical health, spiritual health. Talk about all sorts of things that I think you'll like. So anyway, I hope everybody checks it out. HughesFromTheHeart.com, HughesFromTheHeart.com, HughesFromTheHeart.com. Somebody could type it up on the screen too. HughesFromTheHeart.com. I've never had their fish burger. Some good fish here in the Pacific Northwest. Hope it's not guppy. I don't like guppy. Guppy's kind of gamey. When you have guppy, it's like gamey. Gamey guppy. Gamey guppy. Gamey Guppy Burgers. What do you think? Gamey Guppy Burgers. That should be the name of the place. I'm going to start a restaurant. Will somebody write that down for me? I'll forget it by the time I get home. Actually, I already forgot it. Never mind. Guppy Burgers. What did I say? Gamey Guppy Burgers. Gamey Guppy Burgers. Gamey Guppy Burgers. Gamey Guppy Burgers. Say it fast. This is good. It'll teach kids, who have trouble pronouncing things. Gamey Guppy Burgers. Gamey Guppy Burgers. Gamey Guppy Burgers. Burger Burgers. Burger Burgers. Bob's Burger Biggie Burgers. Can't say it. Gamey Guppy Burgers. What a beautiful day. It's going to hit 60 by Saturday. And it is just beautiful. We've had such a rainy winter that it's going to be nice. It's going to be nice. It's nice because it rains. It rains a lot, but then we have beautiful springs, beautiful summers. We have the 4 seasons. And all the wet weather in the winter is still very relaxing. It's very meditative. It's very zen. It's awesome. So anyway, yeah, people have asked me, I've gotten a couple of people asking me lately how they can support the podcast without going to Patreon, because I don't know. I think there's a lot of misconceptions about Patreon. Everybody thinks that they're censoring people, and they're watching their asses is what they're doing. They can't have people on there, left or right, inciting violence and saying things that they shouldn't be saying. I mean, it's not censorship. They're a private company, and they have a right to say, you know what, we don't want you on our bandwidth. That's all. But there's a misconception that they're censoring people, and they're not censoring people. Okay, they want people's money. Everybody's money is green, right? Everybody's money is green, same color. So they're not censoring people. They're only censoring people that probably deserve to be censored, and it's not even censorship, because censorship only comes from the government. You know that, right? You know that, right? If I have a radio show and you call in and I don't get to your call, I haven't censored you. The government can censor you. The government puts a piece of duct tape over your mouth, they've censored you. Okay, see the difference? All right, fair enough. If you don't want to support Patreon, I get it. I don't really get it, but I respect your opinion. So I have a Venmo. And all the people who asked me for the Venmo who didn't want to support Patreon aren't supporting Venmo now, apparently, because my Venmo is pretty quiet. My Venmo is like really dusty. But my Venmo is Radio Spencer, and the money is not just, I'm not just putting my hand out. I'm providing great content every day. And if you find it worthy of purchasing once in a while, you can do a Venmo, and that's Radio Spencer. But you can go to HughesFromTheHeart.com. You can help me in other ways, too, by supporting our sponsors, making them happy, telling them that you heard about them through me. That's a good idea. Listening to all the free episodes, that helps us with the download. Oh, my God. Why did they cut down those trees? Oh, my God. That's all right. The good news is there's plenty of others around here, but I like those 6 trees. Why did they cut them down? Hope they had a good reason. I mean, I hope they're like putting in a Walmart or a Starbucks. I mean, that's worthy of cutting trees down, right? Right, boys and girls, putting in a Starbucks or a Walmart. I mean, God, we can't get enough of those. So Venmo is Radio Spencer, and you can just play around on my website. The more you visit it, the happier I get. The more downloads I get, the happier I get, because it helps our exposure, and I'm really ultimately trying to reach as many souls and hearts as I can. And I can't do that if we're in obscurity. So another way you can help me is by going to the website and leaving me a 5-star podcast review. Okay. And that is hughesfromtheheart.com/reviews. You can leave me a 5-star review. And those are the ways you can help the podcast, where we promote positivity. And I'm on a great positive wave, man. I'm telling you, I am on a great wave of positivity right now. I've had just a mystical day, a magical day. It's been wonderful. I got rid of a lot of stuff, including things that I thought I wouldn't get rid of, but I did. I even took a few things just to kind of prove it to my ego that my ego's not in control anymore. You know what I did? I took a few things in my hand and I cut them in half and cut them again and cut them again and cut them again and tore them up and threw them in the garbage can. I donated a bunch of stuff that I would have cringed at the idea of getting rid of even just a few months ago. I try to avoid the landfill when I can, so I try to donate things first. I try to repurpose things first. Try to recycle things. If I can't recycle, repurpose, or donate, I will have to throw it away. So I threw away a few things, but I was able to donate most of it. And I'm just getting to this point where I'm detaching from the ego. I'm detaching from my sense of self. I'm detaching from my sense of whoa, something just hit the windshield. I think it was a raccoon. Probably a pebble. I'm detaching myself from my sense of self, and it's very liberating. It's very liberating. And I feel freer. I feel better. I feel better energy coming in. I've already sold more cars in the first 10 days of March than I did in all of February. And really the only thing that's changed is my attitude. Well, in tax returns, probably. That probably had something to do with it. But still, I just feel like I'm in a good spot. I'm in a good place. Doing the radio show every morning during the week. Doing the podcast 7 days a week. And I'll read all these comments later, I promise. I just can't read them right now because I'm driving 60 miles an hour on a 2-lane rural country highway. So I can't read the screen right now, okay? But anyway, I hope you are still there. Oh, my God. I can't tell if I'm smelling cow or fish. I can't tell if I'm smelling cow or fish or what. I don't know. I'm smelling just deliciousness in the car. Can you guys smell that? Try a little harder. Try a little harder. I remember back in the 80s we had smell-o-vision, and I was so excited by that. The 7-Elevens in San Francisco, probably around the country too, we'd have on the local television broadcast channel, we'd have movies, like just B-movies, and they'd be smell-o-vision. So you'd go to 7-Eleven and you'd get like your scratch and sniff card. You guys remember that? God dang, those were good times. Little smell-o-vision. So if the person on the screen was eating a banana, it would flash banana, or it would say number 7 on the screen, and you'd look at your scratch and sniff card, and there'd be a banana, and you'd scratch it, and you could smell the banana just like it was in the movie. And then they stopped doing that, and it's 30 years later, and they still haven't done any more of that. It's amazing. They're going to have self-driving cars. We have a rover on Mars. We've got a rover on Mars, but we can't figure out how I can get the smell of these burgers to come across my iPhone. I mean, for God's sakes. Steve Jobs were still alive, we'd have smell-o-vision phones. There's got to be a way. I mean, for God's sakes, we can get a probe on Mars taking pictures And they have a better signal on Mars to this thing. So get a load of this. Ground control to Major Tom. Crisp, clear signal. And when we had Sprint, I couldn't make a phone call in the middle of Los Angeles. You gotta love it. You gotta love it. So maybe a smell-o-vision iPhone. That'll be my, I'll invent that one of these days. Honest to God. Well, I hope everybody's doing well. Haven't popped on here in a while. I know my videos aren't monumental like some people on here. Oh my God, that sunset. I wish you could see the sunset behind me. You can't really see it. It is absolutely effing gorgeous. What a beautiful day. It just, I'm telling you, it's just a magical day. It really is. It's a beautiful day. And I want to leave you with this, guys. It's all in your head. Everything's in your head. This video you're watching is in your head. You're only seeing it in your head. You're only seeing it through your perception. The smell of these burgers is only in my perception. If my mind were to stop working right now, I wouldn't be able to smell those burgers, would I? If my mind were to stop working, this road would disappear in front of me. My hands would leave the steering wheel, and this experience would be over, baby. It's all in our heads. Remember that. It's very empowering. But the problem is when you take control and you say everything's in my mind, you got to stop blaming. You got to stop blaming other people and other things, and you have to just kind of realize you're your own landlord of the biggest piece of property. I'm telling you, biggest piece of property. We got lied to. We were playing Monopoly growing up, and it was the boardwalk, right? It was all these swanky spots on the Monopoly board. Truth is, the most precious stretch of real estate is your mind. And we totally devalue the mind. We kind of laugh off the mind. We don't want to pay attention to the mind. Everything is in your mind. Everything. Your attitudes, your views, your dreams, your horrors, I said horrors, not whores. It came out as whores, but horrors, not whores. Everything is in your mind. Everything. The problems you think you wake up with are all in your mind. And here's a really good one that I learned from Lester Levinson, who I recently discovered. Lester Levinson. He died many years ago, but what a brilliant man. He was just ordinary Joe, and he got a terminal diagnosis, and he realized he was told he only had a few days to live, or a few weeks or something, and he had all the money he needed, he had all the possessions he needed, but he just wasn't happy ever, or not very much anyway. So he kind of turned inward. He was just a genius, a philosophical, metaphysical genius, in my opinion. Lester Levinson, you can hear a lot of his lectures on YouTube. That's where I listen to them. And he's written books too, and he's the author of the Sedona Method, if you're familiar with that. But everyone said he was too simplistic what he was saying, but he said, and I'm going to leave you with this, think only on what you want. Think about only the things you want. Don't think about the bills. Doesn't mean ignore the bills, okay? Don't dwell on the bills. Don't dwell on the pain. Don't dwell on the sickness. Don't dwell on the COVID. Don't dwell on the death. Don't dwell on everything bad in the world. Focus only on what you want. It's brilliant. And here's something brilliant for you. If you're not thinking about something, it isn't happening for you. All right? If you're not thinking about something, it's not happening. It's as if it didn't happen. So in other words, if I'm thinking about the fact that my stupid satellite bill is due in a couple of days, it's actually, right? But I wasn't thinking about my satellite bill until I brought it up and brought it to my attention. 5 minutes ago, I wasn't thinking about it. 20 minutes ago, when I started this and I was buying these burgers, I wasn't thinking about my satellite bill. But now I'm thinking about it, see? So now it's in my mind. So where was it earlier? Where was it yesterday? Where was it a week ago? In fact, I hadn't really thought of my satellite bill until the last time it was due last month at this time. That's when I thought about my satellite bill. And then I paid it, and I stopped thinking about it. So if you're not thinking about the pain in your knee, right, if you're not focusing on the pain in your knee, how could you feel the pain in your knee? I mean, you're putting your attention on it. Now, I'm not an idiot. I know that if you just had a nail get driven through your knee, you're going to feel the pain, you're going to scream. I understand that. But the more attention you put on the nail in your knee, the more you magnify it. And that's why once the nail in the knee gets extracted and it starts healing, it's best not to dwell too much on the nail that was in your knee. And I guarantee you, the less you think about it, the faster you'll heal. I guarantee you, the less you think about your problems, the less concerned and the less anxious and depressed you'll be about your problems. Whatever you put your focus on, my friends, is going to be there in your head. It's pretty brilliant, and it's brilliantly simple, too. I got to run, guys. I love you. Take care, and I'll talk to you soon.